Hi everybody, Laura here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a colorful birthday project to share with you using some products from the latest June card kit by Simon Says Stamp. Here is some of what comes in the card kit. What I'll be featuring is this embossing folder called Winslow Medallions, a beautiful circular repetitive pattern. Here's the sweet birthday stamp set included in the card kit, and then you have the birthday wishes sentiment die, some gorgeous 6x6 double-sided pattern paper. I didn't use any of this in my card, but I definitely was inspired by some of the rainbow stripes. A rainbow stripe just gets me every time. I mean, look at that one. It's gorgeous. Okay, so back to the embossing folders. This is the Winslow Medallions. Embossing folders are hot, hot, hot right now. I'm going to take a little circle die from my nested circle die set by Waffle Flower. This one measures 1 1/4 inches. It doesn't have to be exact. As long as you have a circle die that is large enough to cover the circle area in this embossing folder. I die cut it into a little piece of acetate, kind of creating my own little mask or stencil, if you will. I have a panel here of Hammermill white cardstock, and I'm going to blend some colorful circles that line up with the pattern on the embossing folder. So I'm just kind of eyeballing that acetate, slipping it in, lining it up where the circle is, and I'm using some Easy C pink tape just to temporarily hold down my acetate while I blend away. And I'm going to do a fun little two-tone circle blending with each circle. So here I have Peony on one side, and then over on the right side doing a little Peachy. So Peony and Peachy, why not? Two-tone. I go very, very almost nothing on the top of the circle, so it kind of fades up. Almost looks like a 3D orb. And I love the acetate because you can wipe it off with your stamp chamois in between colors. And then I put that embossing folder back over top, and I kind of eyeball this until I lock in that acetate circle stencil back into place. And now we're going to blend more color. And I'm going to use every color known to man because that's what I love to do. Celery over on the left. Seafoam over on the right. If I forget to mention a color or a product, I'll have everything linked in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Embossing folders are hot, hot, hot right now. There is the Extraordinary Embossing Folder class by Online Card Classes going on right now. And I actually taught a class using a really fun technique, kind of similar to this, but it's using when you have an embossing folder that includes a coordinating die. Some fun things you can do with that. But amazing, amazing ideas. If you're looking for mojo or, trying to get more ideas to use your embossing folders, check out that online card class. Also, Simon Says Stamp is running a sale right now, 25% off all of the Simon branded embossing folders, so including the one I'm using today. If you want to just buy the embossing folder I'm using today, you don't want to buy the whole card kit or whatnot, you can get it for 25% off. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so here we are. I'm using Marine and Peony, and I'm working my way through the rainbow circles. I'm not really going in rainbow order, but I'm just using all the colors of the rainbow. Trying to just shake it up and use different ones, just get different feels. Here we have Blush and Peony, so it's kind of like a coral and a pink, and I'm loving that vibe. And each time I kind of bring back that embossing folder and then line up that acetate, and I'm always cleaning off my acetate in between so I don't, transfer colors. Here back with the blue, I am keeping in mind where the colors are, trying to equally distribute the colors for a beautiful composition. Here we have Marine and Celery. And then now the ones that just kind of hang off the side. They're the low effort ones. They're the ones you love. You don't have to do much. They're just hanging off the side. Now here is where the magic happens. You're going to line this up, or I'm going to line it up. You're going to watch me. We're going to do it together. We're lining it up. I'm going to take this off camera, run it through my die cutting machine, and wait till you see it. I mean, I don't know. I just think that's magical. And then I'm going to crop this down. I take off about 1/4 of an inch on each side because I love a good crop. I love a good margin when I pop it on a card base. Personal preference. You do not have to do this. I just love to do it. I also bought this new what do you call this? The medium size guillotine trimmer. Now I have the small, medium, and large. I got all three. Do I need them? No, I don't, but I love them. I really do. Now, I decided to go back in and just zhuzh up the color a smidge. So I'm taking the same colors, Peony and Peachy. And now if I have the Peony open, I might just work my way around all the places that have Peony. Peony and Peach. And it kind of just gives it a little oomph, little va-va-va-voom. Because now that you have that texture, and you go back over with the blending kind of catches on the texture, and it just brings it to life. And it's optional. Felt like doing it, and I'm glad I did, because I think it really just kind of woke it up. It's like, when you're cooking a recipe and it calls for a squeeze of lemon, and you're thinking to yourself, do I really need to add a squeeze of lemon? But something about it just like wakes up the recipe. That's what this is to me, and I don't know why everything I do has to be compared to food. It's just who I am. It's also why I sing jingles. It's just who I am. I love food and I love jingles. And that's just that. Okay. There we have it. Just about done giving the little va-va-va-voom extra wake it up. And this is nice here because you can just work your way around while you got the orange out or the blush out and just do the little segments. It really kind of makes it pop. And I'm loving this circular pattern mixed with the embossed texture. It's magical. And you could also do maybe even just a tiny smaller circle for those little designs that are in between the large circles. You could take this as far or as little as you want. You can make it really simple, or you can pull out all the stops and go as detailed as you want. You could also make this all just one color. Just do all the circles in blue. Maybe you're making a graduation card and you want to customize the color for the school. Do the colors of the school. Keep it simple. You want to make it rainbow like Laura Fedora? Live your best blended life. Okay, here, a little bit on the side. We're done. I love how this turned out. Now, this can go 1,000,001 ways, depending on the occasion you want to add for a sentiment. It can be a thank you, thinking of you, hello. I'm going to take that acetate little stencil, by the way, put it back in the packaging, and save it for the next time. If I want to do that technique again, I've got the stencil ready to go. And that's what you call being thrifty and nifty. Okay, so we're going to move on to the sentiment. I'm going to pop this up on a soft gray fog card base. See that beautiful border around the edge? Here is the birthday wishes word die that was included in the June card kit. You can do this, portrait or landscape. I felt like it fit a little bit better as a landscape. I don't think I'm going to use the shadow die on this because I don't want to cover up any of that blending if I don't have to. And this holographic paper was included in the card kit, by the way, which is magical. So I die cut the birthday wishes into that holographic paper, and then I'm also going to do three or two out of white and stack these up. You know why? Because dimension is life. Actually, I only did two here. You can do one, you can do two, you can do three. There's been times I've stacked up 5. And that's when you know you've probably gone too far. And a lot of times, if I don't feel like stacking up, I might just put little slivers of foam tape behind. You can do that. Sometimes I just adhere it flat down. Call it a day. I've done it all. So you have 2 or 3 of the white. I lost count already because I'm blabbing away. And then I'm going to top it off with that holographic. I'm using some Barely Art liquid glue. Been testing out the Barely Art and the Gina K. I was inspired by Kathy Zilski and Jennifer McGuire. They got those little mini squeezy bottles. I bought the little squeezy bottle. I filled it with my Gina K. I even ordered some cute little stoppers with the adorable, bead on the top. And I've been testing it out. I'm trying to get used to it. But I've been using this Barely Art for a couple years now. And what it is it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. That's what it is. But I've got that cute little glue right off to the side. I'm adding a few of these little star shine confetti sequins. These are my favorites right now. And it just adds a little blingity bling. This card is shimmer and shine, texture and color, beautiful margin. And what do you think? Does this inspire you to pull out those embossing folders and have a good old time? Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.